All right, let's talk about the year ahead. But forget about resolutions, we're going much deeper than that. We're looking at a huge shift in how you operate, and it all boils down to just two things: focus and silence. Let's dive in.
So let's start with a pretty intense question, one that this whole idea is built on. Will this year quietly break you? And we're not talking about some big dramatic disaster, no. It's something sneakier, a slow, silent drain on your energy, your focus. Let's unpack what that really means.
And here's the real danger, the thing that causes that slow drain. It's all the energy we waste, all the talking, all the explaining, the constant draining habit of comparing our lives to everyone else's. And while we're doing all that, our own life, our own goals, they're just sitting there, unfinished. You know the feeling, right? It leaves you exhausted, scattered, and maybe even a little resentful.
Okay, so what's the fix?
Well, the answer comes from an ancient philosophy, but don't tune out just yet. We're talking about Stoicism. And you gotta forget the image of dusty old books. Think of it more like an operating system for your mind, a powerful, practical tool designed to help you navigate all the noise and chaos of today's world.
And this right here, this is the absolute core of it all. Doesn't matter if you were an emperor like Marcus Aurelius or a former slave like Epictetus, the Stoics all landed on this one simple, powerful truth. You can't control what happens out there, but you have total control over what happens in here. Your mind, your attitude, your actions. It's all about mastering your inner world, not trying to bend the outer world to your.
Now, we need to get one thing straight, because it's a huge misconception about Stoicism. It is not about becoming some emotionless robot. It's not about pretending you don't feel things. Not at all. It's about feeling everything but refusing to let those feelings be the boss of you. It's about being the one in the driver's seat, not your emotions. Think of it as emotional discipline, not emotional denial.
Okay, so with that framework in place, let's get into the practical stuff. We're gonna look at a series of habits, and this first batch, it's all about defense. It's about building a fortress around your mind to guard your focus and your inner peace from all the distractions out there. And here are the first three pillars of that fortress. They sound simple, but they are game changers. Stay silent, focus on yourself, and stop explaining. Let's break down what each of these really looks like in practice. First up, staying silent. And look, this isn't about being a hermit or being antisocial. It's about being strategic. Think about it. When you talk too much about your big plans, what happens? You invite opinions, judgment, doubt, and all that noise can totally kill your momentum before you even start. You have to treat your process like it's a private workshop, not a public park. Get the work done in silence, and then let your results do all the talking for you. All right, habit number 2, focus on yourself. This is so crucial, and this image just nails the problem, doesn't it? We're constantly comparing our messy, chaotic, behind-the-scenes reality, our backstage, with everyone else's perfectly curated highlight reel. It's an unwinnable game. The Stoic move here is simple but hard. Stop staring at their show and get busy building your own. And habit 3? Oh man, this is a big one. Stop explaining yourself. The moment you start over-explaining, you're putting yourself on trial. You're basically inviting other people to judge your choices. But here's the thing, your life isn't a committee meeting. You don't need a vote of approval. Sometimes a simple, firm no, or even better, just silence, is the most powerful, self-respecting answer you can give.
So, you've built your defenses. You've protected your mind. Now it's time to go on the offense. This next set of habits is all about building proactive strength. It's not just about guarding yourself, it's about forging your character from the inside out.
And these next 3, they're tough, but they're absolutely essential. We're talking about enduring solitude, practicing discipline, and learning how to use pain as fuel. This is where you develop the kind of resilience that lets you stand strong on your own 2 feet. Let's talk about solitude. In our world, being alone is often seen as some kind of failure, right? But the Stoics saw it completely differently. For them, solitude was a laboratory. It was the essential time and space you need to get clear, to actually hear your own thoughts, and to build true independence, away from the constant pressure of the crowd. I love this quote from Marcus Aurelius. It's so simple. Do what needs to be done. And that is the heart of habit 5, discipline. See, most of us wait around to feel motivated, but motivation, it comes and goes. It's a terrible boss. Discipline is what shows up every single day. It's what makes you do the work when you don't feel like it, when nobody's watching. It's all about consistency, not just short bursts of intensity. Okay, habit 6, use pain as fuel. The Stoics had a saying, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And that's what this is all about. It's this massive shift in perspective. Instead of letting hardship just crush you, instead of getting stuck in that why me loop, you make a choice. You decide to use it as a turning point. You ask a new question. Okay, this happened. What am I going to do with it now? All right, this is our final section, and it's where everything we've talked about really comes together. You've protected your mind, you've started forging your character, now it's time to master your actions. This is how you turn all that inner work into real-world results.
And these last 3 habits are maybe the most practical of all. We're going to talk about controlling your emotions, aligning your actions, and learning to say no without feeling guilty. This is where the philosophy stops being theory and becomes your day-to-day practice.
Habit 7 is all about this critical difference right here: reaction versus response. A reaction, that's pure impulse. It's that knee-jerk emotional explosion. But a response, that's strategic, that's thoughtful. It's what happens when you create just a little bit of space between what happens to you and what you do about it. When you react, you're giving away your power. When you respond, you keep it.
Next up, habit 8, aligning what you think, what you say, and what you actually do. This is really about integrity, right? Because let's be honest, a plan without action is just a daydream. It's a fantasy. You can have the best intentions in the world, but real change, that real sense of inner peace, it only comes when your daily actions actually match your values.
And the final habit, number 9, say no without guilt. Think about it. Your time and your energy are the most valuable things you have. They're finite. And every single time you say a reluctant yes to something you don't want to do, you are saying no to something that truly matters to you. Learning to say no isn't selfish, it's absolutely essential. It's how you protect what's most important.
So, you do all this work, you build all these habits. Where does it all lead? Well, the goal here isn't just a little bit of self-improvement. It's a complete and total transformation. The kind of change that makes you, in the best way possible, unrecognizable to the person you used to be.
And this is what that new you looks like. It's this quiet, unshakable confidence. You just don't react to things the same way anymore. You stop chasing validation from people who don't matter. You stop feeling like you have to prove your worth to anyone. Why? Because you find that worth inside yourself, not from the outside world. That constant need to perform, it just fades away. And I think this final quote from Marcus Aurelius just sums up the entire journey perfectly. Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be one. It's that ultimate shift, isn't it? From talking the talk to walking the walk. It's all about action, not just ideas. And so, we end where we began, but with a new question. A question for you to really think about. If you actually cut out all that external noise, if you truly focus inward, who will you become? What could you build in that silence?